I would like to show you guys some of this island here, as it is a very unique island. You wouldn't really think, oh wow, that leads to a beach. Very beautiful. The most beautiful part, I think, of the island in terms of beaches and stuff. I don't really know how long I'm going to be here. In this year, in 2024, I'm going to go back to... Welcome to a beautiful Saturday morning here on Guam in the Pacific. Well, it's actually somewhat beautiful because, you know, here it is an island and it does rain a lot, and it's getting ready to possibly rain, as you can see. A very, very dark rain cloud there. And then just on this side over here, it's sunny. You have the coastal view, and today I'm out for a little walk and I want to talk to you guys. So right here, right now where I am, this is a little place called Asan Beach, and there's many beaches on Guam where you can go for like a walk, a swim, just to hang out. And I don't often come down to the beach as much here while I'm visiting. Sometimes I do like to come out every couple weeks and try to visit the beach because it's just nice to see the coast, to see the views, to see the beach, to smell the salt air and all of that. But this location here is really nice because there's a lot of area where you can walk. It's peaceful and there's usually not too many people, so I've only been down here now a couple times. But as I said, we're going for a walk and I want to talk to you guys about 2024 and maybe what's coming up, or what do I want to do, what do I think I'm going to do, and things like that, because I'm not really sure. So as we approach the beach over here, where I'm going to show you guys the view and more of this like park area, I want to say the weather here in Guam, if you don't know, it's actually kind of similar to like the Philippines and some of the other countries around Southeast Asia, except here I think you get a little bit more of a breeze sometimes because it is more open and exposed to the ocean air, I guess we can say, or the currents, or not currents, but I don't know, some wind patterns or something like that. But generally the temperature doesn't really go over like 31 degrees Celsius or below maybe 25 degrees Celsius at night. So the temperature is pretty constant like it is near the equator and stuff. But actually here the humidity level is just insane usually, so it's generally pretty warm and sticky feeling. But right now, because we have overcast skies, it actually feels really good. Usually I'm already sweating and whatnot, but not today. So yeah, that's the weather here on Guam, and this is going to be a little bit of a rambling video as I haven't really filmed much in a while. But here we are, we're at the beach and let's check it out. Let's see what it looks like here. Got some benches. I do love the beautiful views of just the tall palm trees here. And now the interesting thing about the palm trees here on Guam is that they are kind of similar to the palm trees of the west of the United States, such as like California. You know, they're very tall and skinny. The ones in the southeast of the United States, like Florida, they're more short. But as you can see, there's some coconuts up there, and each one has a tag, a number. But I got to be careful because a lot of people die yearly from coconuts falling, and I do not want to be another one of those people. But here we are, Asan Beach. As you guys can see, this is the shape of Guam here in the Pacific. This is what it looks like. I don't know, it looks like a sock, I guess, or something, right? Something like that. But Asan is just on this little tip here, and majority of all the beaches that people go to are about right here. These are pretty much the nicest beaches. There are some beaches on this side of the island, but this side of the island is actually very, very rough. Not the best to go on that side. Now this just says some history and stuff, but I'm not going to really go into that. But as you can see, there's a little bit of a view here. It's actually really windy out there. I can tell there's a lot of white caps. It's very rough. Usually it's a bit more calm, so I think there might be a little rainstorm coming in or a little squall. But yeah, there's a little view. And then the park just keeps going this way, so we're going to continue to walk. It's crazy, after I take like a month off from filming, I feel so rusty. I feel like I forget how to film, but get back into the groove, you know, after doing it a couple times and whatnot. So those of you guys that are watching this now, where are you guys from? Are you from the Philippines, Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, Guam, US? Where are you guys from? Let me know. Obviously my recent video, well, not the last video was a recap video. If you haven't seen that, you should check it out. it was really nice to kind of just go through my old footage and see the places I've been and kind of put that video together. It took a lot of time, but it was very interesting, and I think it'll be a good memory for myself to look back on, you know, that year of travel, that first year of this channel, right? So if you haven't seen that video, check it out. It's a pretty cool one. And if you have checked it out, thank you guys for watching. But before that video, I had made the video in the Philippines. Those were the last videos I made. And haven't made any videos since then. Haven't made any videos here or anything like that. So I'm needing and I'm wanting to get back in that groove. I do miss making videos. I've just been chopping up videos and making shorts and stuff like that, and working on my Facebook and whatnot. So I do miss the video editing for YouTube. So I'm gonna have a video for you guys here. And here is another little entrance to the beach that I'll show you. Here's the beach. This is what it looks like right here. Now this isn't as nice as the beaches around here. There are better ones. But look at it. It's pretty nice. This is peaceful if you want to go for a little dip. There's nobody over here. You have it to yourself. I don't know if it's very safe. Maybe there's some current, but it doesn't look that deep. Maybe a meter, 2 meters at the most. But there you go. That's a Guam beach for you. And look at that, we even have some nice beautiful flowers growing along the beach here. They go all the way down, very beautiful. Seeing how I'm not in the Philippines anymore or traveling around Southeast Asia currently, I do want to make some videos here on the island of Guam to show you guys what it's like. It is a very, very beautiful place. A lot of the islands in the Pacific are super beautiful, but sometimes they are not visited so much as they are very expensive, such as, you know, Guam here. It's as expensive pretty much as like Hawaii, you know, islands like Fiji and Bora Bora, the Polynesian, Samoa, those places, right? They're all very expensive islands, so sometimes people don't really travel there and we don't see too much content. So I would like to show you guys some of this island here, as it is a very unique island and there's a lot to see, to be honest. You know, you have the coastal, the beaches, you have terrain. As you can see over here in the background, there's a lot of greenery, right? There's a little bit of hills, or not really mountains, but this island has actually a lot to offer in terms of nature. So hopefully I'll get out while I'm here, make some videos, and show you guys the beauty of this island. And not only is there a lot of beauty, there's a lot of history. There's a monument here. Probably has something to do with the history of wars and stuff like that. But yeah, the history here is pretty rich. There's a lot of bad history, a lot of good history and things like that. But we'll see. Hopefully I can bring some interesting content to you guys while I am here. And that kind of brings me into what I wanted to tell you guys about, is that I don't really know how long I'm going to be here. Could be a few months, could be longer, could be less. I don't really have any idea. I don't really have any plans that are definitive. One thing I do know is I am here now trying to work more and trying to save up a bunch of money to be able to travel again. Also because in this year, in 2024, I'm going to go back to the US for some time for some visits, because I haven't been to the US in quite some time. So I want to visit, and I gotta save for that. As we all know, the US is a very expensive place. It's one of the reasons why I don't live there, because it's very expensive, but I gotta save the money to go there. And again, we're at a different part of this park, this beach here, and I want to show you. As you can see, the water is a bit more transparent over here. Over there it's a little bit more rough. I think there's more current, but it is beautiful. So I'll most likely be going back to the US in the summertime of this year, 2024. Probably for at least a month or so, maybe longer. I don't know, I might be able to get back there actually before the summertime. I don't really know when exactly I'm going to go, as I haven't bought a plane ticket, but I do need to. But man, I was looking at flights from here, flights from Southeast Asia all the way back to the US. It's crazy how expensive, or how normal I guess the prices are again after post-pandemic time, you know. I think one-way flight or something is like $1,000 or at least, you know, maybe around 1,000, a little bit more. But yeah, I don't know exactly when, but I'm gonna go back to the US and I might be able to, you know, make some content there. I think there's a lot of interesting things to see in the US, and one of these days I'm going to go back to the US and I'm gonna do like a long series or a bunch of content where I explore the US, because I still have yet to see so much of the US. So far in 2024, I do have some plans to go back to the US, but in between now and the summertime of 2024, I am really hoping to go back to Southeast Asia. I don't really know when or if I'm going to, but I think I will. And if I do, I believe there's only probably 2 or 3 places that I'm going to go back to. As I've said in the recap video, I've been to Vietnam a bunch, been to Thailand a bunch, and stuff like that. But I think it's best to go back to the Philippines, right? And to explore some beaches or to explore some mountain areas. Possibly to go back to Malaysia, because there is the eastern coast of the peninsula of Malaysia that I would like to see. And then if not Malaysia, Indonesia, as I've never been to Indonesia and I would really love to see Indonesia. But as you can see, there is a little monument over here, and then there's a little inlet that goes out to the beach, and we're going to check this area out. Well guys, I don't know if the camera's going to do this justice, but the water is super turquoise colored here, you know, that aqua color, very transparent. It's a very beautiful area over here to probably do some snorkeling. I've only done a little bit of snorkeling here on the island, but I didn't really see too much, just a couple fish and stuff. But there's a lot of good snorkeling and a lot of good scuba diving, as I've seen online here on Guam all around. But man, it's quite beautiful. But I tell you what, that sun is really coming out now. It's starting to feel super hot. The clouds are kind of moving away, so I'm guessing maybe it's not going to rain. And then out there, there's a little bit of like a rock formation out in the water. I believe they call that, is that Camel Rock? I think it's Camel Rock, some people say, but I'm not really sure. But yeah, I definitely do not come down to the beach area enough here. I don't know why. I need to come down more. Alright guys, I've come to a new area here to show you a different part of Guam. This right here is the Tumon area, and behind me, as you can see, is very vibrant red sidewalks. You got yellow, a lot of the buildings are very colorful. This is where all the money is put into here on Guam for the tourism sector, the tourism area. This is what most people think about when they want to visit Guam or they're visiting Guam for the first time. This is where everyone goes, everyone hangs out. And the rest of the island doesn't quite look like this. But I won't get into the comparison between here and the other parts of Guam. But what I want to do is show you guys what the beach looks like over here, because this is the best area to go to the beach. So we're gonna walk down there. It's about a 5-minute walk, and I have about 45 minutes to kill today, or for the rest of this day. So I figured I'd wrap up the video down here and talk to you guys some more. So we just gotta cross this road over here. The traffic usually isn't too busy here, but sometimes it can be. But yeah, as you can see, this is the main strip here. You have hotels like Dusitani is there. Over here is the Hyatt, I believe, and the Hilton's around here somewhere. I'm not really sure. I don't know about the hotels that much, but as you can see, this is like the shopping area. You have restaurants. So look, you got crepes, you got some beach and shrimp, whatever that is. And then you have California Pizza Kitchen and much more down there. But you have some high-end stores here. You have like Gucci, Rolex, Louis Vuitton, all those fancy stores, and actually a lot of the tourists come down here for that shopping. So it is a popular thing to do here on Guam. But one thing you'll notice about Guam here is that there's a lot of artwork always. Nice details on the wall over there. There's even some artwork over there. And then over there, there's a little bar restaurant area called Green Lizard, and it says Guam. Maybe we can skip across the road now. But as you can see, look, so that's like the built up area over there. That's where it's really nice. And then you start coming this way, things change a little bit, and then it gets nicer down there. So I'm just cutting through the hotel here. It's there's a little shortcut here that goes around the side of the Hyatt over here. But you know, one of the interesting things I've noticed about Guam here compared to like mainland United States, which you guys might find interesting, is that in the US, in the mainland, sometimes it's very difficult to like go to a hotel, park there, and then go to the beach. Especially in those beach destinations, they usually have people looking out for people that are randomly parking there because you're not supposed to. But here, it seems like there are a lot of people that just park near the hotels or in the spots of the hotel, go into the hotel sometimes, buy something from the restaurant, and then go to the beach, or sometimes just go to the beach, and it doesn't seem like there's too many people kicking them out. Maybe I'm wrong, I'm not sure, but that's how it is. That's just what I've noticed here. But here, there's some tennis courts. These tennis courts here were destroyed during the typhoon in May, it was, and they still haven't fixed it. I guess they don't have the money. Check this out. So this is the shortcut that goes down to the beach here. You wouldn't really think, oh wow, that leads to a beach, but it does. It leads to a very, very beautiful beach, the main strip here in Tumon Bay. And they do need to fix this place up though. It's looking a little raggedy over here, you know, all the paint that chipped off from the typhoon and stuff. They just need to touch it up, paint it. Again, maybe they don't have the money, maybe they don't have the employees, because there is a very big shortage of employees on this island, as the cost of living here is freaking high, right? It costs a lot of money to live here, rent is high, groceries are pretty high, and the minimum wage is so low, so it doesn't really equal and doesn't make sense. So a lot of people actually move away to find better jobs and to find a more equal cost of living to the work rate, I guess we can say, right? Alright guys, here you can see I'm at the beach now. This is the back side of the Hyatt here. There's actually a bunch of pools there. Many people are there. And this is what the beach looks like here. This is Tumon Bay. Very beautiful. The most beautiful part, I think, of the island in terms of beaches and stuff. The water is very turquoise, and usually the beach is very well taken care of, but there is some grass growing, so they still have to fix all that, I believe. But as you can see here, they have kayaks, they have these little things you can rent. This is part of the hotel. So a lot of people that stay at the hotel, they come out here, they rent these, and they kind of do some water activities. But this water here is so beautiful. I wish I brought my bathing suit, could have hopped in real quick. And the interesting thing is, even though that the hotels are right here, you can swim here, it's totally fine. So as you can see, a little bit of algae growing in the shore here, but it's pretty normal. And it generally gets kind of rocky out there, a little bit corally, and then way past those waves out there, which I don't know if you guys can see, that's where the drop-off begins. That's where it begins to be a little bit deeper, as this is the Pacific Ocean, right? And you might think, Pacific Ocean, that probably means it's very cold. Actually, the water here is very, very warm. It's very tropical because of the location of Guam. Like I said, it's very similar to maybe some of the locations of the Philippines beaches and stuff. So you have a very nice warm water temperature and very nice sandy beaches like this. But as you can see, there's some people out here. It's not as busy. These beaches aren't nearly as busy as like beaches in Florida and California and stuff. There is some tourism here. Tourism still isn't at its full boom like it used to be before that, before the typhoon, before the pandemic and all of those things. But there are a fair amount of people actually over here. But most of the tourists you'll see here around the beaches are from Japan, Korea, Taiwan, mostly Asian countries, Philippines, stuff like that. But generally the tourists are people that can afford an expensive vacation, because it's quite expensive here, to be honest. Now I don't know how well the audio is working. It's a little breezy, and with the GoPro you get a lot of wind noise sometimes, but check it out. You have chairs you can rent that are also part of the hotel. I think this one might be Dusitani, I'm not sure. But that's Tasi Grill there. It's a little beachfront restaurant. You can enjoy a nice meal overlooking the ocean. I'm sure it's pretty pricey as well. And then more chairs, more tourists. There are locals here that come down here, but it's mostly tourists in this area. mean, look at it. How beautiful is this, guys? This is a super, super beautiful beach destination here in the Pacific. And here we are, guys, pretty much at the end of this little beach strip here for the hotels. Like I said, this part is actually really well taken care of. The beaches try to maintain it, or the hotels try to maintain it and make it very nice. There are some little rock formations, coral formations out here where you can actually snorkel and see some fish. Very, very beautiful. But that's pretty much it. Here is the Tumon Sports Club where you can rent more paddle boards and kayaks and things like that. Don't know how much it is as I haven't done it, but man, this is super beautiful here. But now I'm gonna walk back inland towards the main road as the sun is beating down on me here. As you guys can see, there's a few murals over here too. A mural there, mural here. From what I've heard, there used to be a lot more artwork on Guam, but after the typhoon, the pandemic, there has been less. But hopefully in the coming months, coming years, they will be adding more artwork because it makes it look very, very vibrant. But anyways, I wanted to touch back on the things I was talking about earlier. As I was saying, I got to go back to the US for some time. And I was thinking about, do I go back to the US and then try to make a trip back to Southeast Asia? Or do I go to the US and then try to do some travel around Latin America like I used to, or go to Europe? I really lack more destinations in Europe as well, so I really want to get back to Europe sometime. I don't know when, but I don't know. I'm debating on where to travel if I do visit the US for a longer period of time. After I visit the US, do I go back to Southeast Asia, or do I try some new places? Because it's always nice to visit different parts of the world, you know. Oh look, here's another mural, of course, as well. So yeah, I'm deciding that. And I know a lot of you guys that have been watching my videos are here to see, you know, what I'm doing in your guys' countries, like the Philippines, Malaysia, Thailand, those places like that. But if you do want to see something from this island here, Guam, if there's something that interests you, let me know. I can make a video about it because I do have the time here. But as I said, I don't know how long I'm going to be here for and when I'll be leaving. But I will try to get some videos out here and there. Hopefully not once every month, but maybe once a week, or once every couple weeks, or even a couple times a week. We'll really see what happens. And as you guys probably know, if you've watched the last videos or any of the other videos where I've talked about, all my travels and everything have been funded by myself. All the money I make, I spend it on travel. I don't spend money elsewhere. I don't collect materials or anything like that, so any money I do make, I usually spend on travel. So that's why I said I need to save up again, as you know, for 2023 I spent quite a bit of money traveling. Not as much as other people, but you know, that was money out of my pocket, as I really didn't make anything off YouTube. There was no profit, so gotta save. Alright guys, well, I don't have much more to say for this video. It was just a very quick one. I hope you enjoyed seeing some parts of the island here on Guam. The beach is very beautiful. Like I said, there's very, very naturally beautiful places around the island. I hope to show you more in the near future. And like I said, I really hope I can get back to Southeast Asia and travel to some more countries this year in the beginning, before I do have to go back to the United States to take care of some things. But for now, that's all I got for this video. I should be making some videos while I am here. Hopefully I find something and get out and do something. But for now, I got my skateboard. I need to get back into skateboarding. That's one of my things I want to do this year. And yeah, that's all I got. So I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Peace. Time to skate.